Today on Socom Tactical Airsoft, we're talking sights and scopes. An aiming device like a scope or a sight is going to be one of the first things you look at getting for your new gun. A, because it makes it look that much more cooler, and B, because they actually have a practical use in airsoft games. Now, the idea of today's video is to give you a little bit of insight into what differences there are between different sorts of aiming devices. So let's dive in and take a look at the entire range that we currently stock at Socom Tactical. So the first sight we're going to look at is an eotech. Now, eotechs are a red dot sight, meaning there's no magnification, so as you look through it, nothing appears bigger or closer. What you're getting is a little red dot indicator or reticule inside that's made by a light. Now, this gives a really clear viewing picture as to where your gun's pointing. So as you're looking through, the idea is you keep both eyes open and you'll see an actual red reticule as you're looking around if you're holding your cheek to your gun correctly. These sights are really good for CQB players, really good for that close-up confrontation because there's no magnification, which you shouldn't really need at close distances, and they're quite compact. Now, this is the 551, which takes two small watch batteries in the front, has it controls on the back for brightness, and you can change between red and green colours. And Socom does stock a few colours. So this one, as you can see, is a ATAX in the FG green version. We've got an ATAX tan version, a multicam version, which is always nice for you multicam fans, and of course a Reaper version, which is a really cool silver new camo with skulls and stuff, which is nice if you want a bit of difference on your gun. There is of course black models, but these short eotechs are really nice for your stubby CQB weapons. An alternative to this is the eotech XPS, which is a slightly different design, which has this large bulge at the front. Now, this bulge holds a CR123 battery, so a much bigger battery here. So you're going to get a lot more battery life out of these XPSs without actually making it too much bigger. So they're a really good alternative. Another style of XPS we actually stock is the eotech Zombie Stopper. Now, this is pretty damn cool. A, because the branding on the sight itself, it's got zombie logos on. And as you look down inside through the reticule, you see it's got a really cool custom reticule inside there, not too dissimilar from stuff you've seen in Call of Duty. So as you can see, it's a really cool reticule and something really unique for you zombie fans out there. So next we've got the acog range. Now, acog is probably familiar to quite a lot of you. We've seen it a lot in films and games. And basically what acogs offer is a 4 times magnification. This means that when you look through the sight, everything appears 4 times bigger, which is really great for long-range players if you need to spot an enemy in a distance to see what team he's on, or you want to trace your BBs through the air. ACOGs are great for that. They have a really clear image through them, and they usually have a simple crosshair on them. Now, there's a few we do in the range. You've got ones which have rails on the front, so you can put lasers or something, and they have illumination inside to illuminate their crosshairs. We've got ones which have a really cool mini red dot on the top, so as you're walking into a building, you can transition to that red dot and use it as a CQB sight, which is really cool. Then we've got ones in different colours, like tan ones or a ATAX tan again. And some of these sights actually are really clever. They have this bar on the top. Now, this bar attracts sunlight. As sun's shining on it, as light's coming into it, it takes that light and it puts it inside the reticule to illuminate the reticule. So you get a little actual red dot inside this, which is really, really neat. And if you are playing at night and there's no sun, there's actually a battery you can put in the back and turn it on and off when you're playing in the dark. So ACOGs are really versatile and they're great for players who primarily playing long-range games but then might transition to sort of CQB indoor stuff. So really nice range of sights here. So next in the range are LCAN sights. Now, as you can see, they are pretty massive and they will add a lot of weight to your gun, but because they're so big, they give you a really clear picture when you look through them. They give you a really sharp image and they are actually magnified to 4 times, so the things are going to look 4 times as close. Now, some of these are set at 4 times, and some of them, like this one, have a really cool little lever on the side which can switch to 1 times, so things are 1 to 1, so there's no magnification, so these are great for indoor CQB stuff where the targets are quite close, or you push that lever forward and it switches it to 4 times, so it's a really flexible sight here which gives you a lot of options, so really, really, really cool. Of course, they come with full windage and elevation adjustments. Some of them have quick release feet. Some of them, like this one, are a lot bigger, and because they're so big and there's so much to look through, you get a really clear sight picture. But this LCAN would be probably suited to a support weapon or something like that. But they're really cool for the players looking for something versatile, pretty rugged, and something that's definitely going to make your weapon look a little bit more unique. So finally, we come to aimpoint. Now, aimpoints are basically red dot sights. They're quite good for CQB guns. They're quite small. And in my left hand, I've got a traditional style aimpoint, which is still quite big, but it gives you just a simple red dot through the middle. So no magnification, just a simple red dot sight. Next is the aimpoint T1 Micro. So a much smaller sight, really good for your CQB guns. If you're doing a lot of close range stuff, always looks great on like MP7s and smaller SMGs, but still a really clear sight, which gives you a bright red dot in the middle, which shows where your BBs are going to go. So two really cool options from Aimpoint, and again we have a full range of different colours, and you can get them with or without the riser depending on what sort of thing you want. And there is a final option as well. If you are running a red dot sight with no magnification, you later decide you want to add some magnification to it, you can get a magnifier. So what this is pretty much a 4x monocular. So you combine this with your red dot sight, like an Aimpoint on your gun, and basically that means that you're using a reticule from your sight and the magnification from the magnifier. So a really cool option depending on what sort of gameplay you're going to be doing. Now, to see the full range of sights, head over to socomtactical.net because we've got a lot more coming in the future, and this is just a really quick overview of the sort of things we stock, and there's obviously a lot here. So be sure to take a full browse on the website for the full range.